Datta, Sri Guru Datta.
Jai Guru 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 Datta, Sri Guru Datta.
Shri Ganeshaya Namaha, Shri Saraswatyai Namaha, Shri Padavallabha Narasimha Saraswati, Shri Guru Dattatreya Namaha, Shri Ganapati Satchidananda Sadgurubhyo Namo Namaha, Harihi Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namo Hanumate Namaha. Jai Guru Datta and welcome to Datta Arpanam with your host Rishi Nirvan Balrup
and Ravita Singh. Jai Guru Datta, Swagatam, and thank you for tuning in to Datta Arpanam, a showcase of the life, music and teachings of His Holiness Paramapujya Dr. Shri 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 Ganapati Satchidananda Datta Ji of Avadhuta Dattapitam in Mysuru. Today's program begins with the offering of pranams, gratitude and this invocation prayer at the sacred feet of beloved Sadguru Deva Pujya Shri Datta Ji or Datta Tata Ji, as this program, possible only through His divine grace, is offered to him. Please join his second-in-command, Pujya Shri 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 Datta Vijayananda Tirtha Swamiji now in worship.
Shri Ganeshaya Namaha, Shri Saraswatyai Namaha, Shri Padavallabha Narasimha Saraswati, Shri Guru Dattatreya Namaha, Shri Ganapati Satchidananda Sadgurubhyo Namaha. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gururdevo Maheshwarah, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Bhuyuta Shri Hari Chinnhitabhyam Agastya Rekhadibhiranchitabhyam Nigodha Bijakshara Mudritabhyam Namo Namah Sadguru Padukabhyam. Ganapati Gurumekam Satchidanandarupam Vibhudhanivahasevyam Yogamargadhirudham Sharanamupagatanam Sanghadrivajram Mama Hridaya Nivasam Bhaktinamro Namami, Bhaktinamro Namami.
Once again, everyone, Swagatam, and thank you for tuning in to this morning's episode of Datta Arpanam. Today's program is being brought to you through the kind courtesy of Ramlal Educational Institute of number 12 Exchange Lots Couva, Valini's Drug Mart Limited of 58 to 60 Sutton Street, San Fernando, Debe Supermart Limited of 182 SS Erin Road, Debe, and Koke Supermart Limited of 14 Naparima Road, San Fernando.
Over the past 3 months, you have been hearing the beautiful, divine, and captivating story of Srinivasa Kalyanam here on Datta Arpanam. Today that story continues, but first, let us join in worshipping the remover of obstacles, Lord Ganapati. Please open the Bhajan Mala app or visit the website www.bhajanmala.com, enter Bhajan ID number 9 and join Ganapati Datta Ji or Pujya Shri Datta Ji in offering today's first bhajan.
Gam Ganapati, Gam Ganapati, Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Gam Ganapati, Gam Ganapati, Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Gam Ganapati, Gam Ganapati, Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Gam Ganapati, Gam Ganapati, Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Gam Ganapati, Gam Ganapati, Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Gam Ganapati, Gam Ganapati, Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Gam Ganapati, Gam Ganapati, Gam Ganapataye Namaha. एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय श्रीगणेशाय नमः. एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय श्रीगणेशाय नमः.
मोदहस्ताय रक्तवर्णाय लम्बोदराय नमः.
मोदहस्ताय रक्तवर्णाय लम्बोदराय नमः.
हस्तिवदनाय सूक्ष्मनेत्राय सर्पसूत्राय नमः.
हस्तिवदनाय सूक्ष्मनेत्राय सर्पसूत्राय नमः.
बुद्धिप्रदाय सिद्धिनाथाय पाशहस्ताय नमः.
बुद्धिप्रदाय सिद्धिनाथाय पाशहस्ताय नमः.
Gam Ganapati, Gam Ganapati, Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
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 अर्करूपाय नाट्यप्रियाय गौरीसुताय नमः
अर्करूपाय नाट्यप्रियाय गौरीसुताय नमः
दुर्गाप्रियाय दुरितदूराय दुःखहरणाय नमः
दुर्गाप्रियाय दुरितदूराय दुःखहरणाय नमः
प्रथमवन्द्याय पापनाशाय परमात्मने नमः
प्रथमवन्द्याय पापनाशाय परमात्मने नमः
सकलविद्याय साधुवन्द्याय सच्चिदानन्दाय नमः
सकलविद्याय साधुवन्द्याय सच्चिदानन्दाय नमः
गं गं गणपति गं गं गणपति गं गणपतये नमः
गं गं गणपति गं गं गणपति गं गणपतये नमः
गं गं गणपति गं गं गणपति गं गणपतये नमः
गं गं गणपति गं गं गणपति गं गणपतये नमः
गं गं गणपति गं गं गणपति गं गणपतये नमः
गं गं गणपति गं गं गणपति गं गणपतये नमः
गं गणपतये नमः गं गणपतये नमः गं गणपतये नमः गं गणपतये नमः गं गणपतये नमः गं गणपतये नमः गं गणपतये नमः गं गणपतये नमः
Earlier, I referred to that devotional song as a bhajan, but really what it is Vedanta put to song. By describing Lord Ganapati in detail, Pujya Sri Datta Ji, the one who composed and rendered that bhajan, Pujya Sri Datta Ji is reminding us that every aspect of Lord Ganapati is symbolic. We, as Shishyas, as devotees, as beings who want to free ourselves from this cycle of birth and death, we must make the time and put in the effort to contemplate upon these bhajans and find their deeper meanings.
Listeners, when we do that, that is when we truly see the beauty of and truly reap the benefits of singing such divine musical gems.
Very true. You are tuned in to Datta Arpanam on 103.1 FM. This morning's hour of devotion is coming to you through the grace of Pujya Sri Datta Ji and thanks to the sponsorship by Ramlal Educational Institute, Debe Supermart Limited, Valini's Drug Mart Limited, and Kokie Supermart Limited. By now, as you have probably come to expect in the Srinivasa Kalyanam series, before we begin today's contemplation, we first join in worshipping Naranarayana Maharishis, Goddess Saraswati, and Sage Vyasa.
Narayanam namaskritya naran chaiva narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayeta.
On last week's episode of Datta Arpanam, you heard that Lord Srinivasa saved his devotee, Lord Brahma in the form of a cow, from the axe of one of the cowherds employed by the king of Chola kingdom.
You also heard that the Lord, in saving his devotee, was hit in the head by the axe of that cowherd, and as a result was bleeding profusely. The cowherd, seeing all of this, fell to the ground in a state of shock and eventually died.
When the king of Chola kingdom came to the place where the anthill housing Lord Srinivasa was, he saw the lifeless cowherd on the ground and blood on the anthill, and wrongfully jumped to the conclusion that the one in the anthill must have killed the cowherd. For jumping to this wrong assumption, the Lord cursed that king to become a pishacham, or a roaming evil spirit.
But, moved by the king's remorse over his actions, the Lord also told the king that in the future, in the Chola dynasty, a princess by the name of Padmavati will be born to a king by the name of Akasha. That princess will become his, meaning Lord Srinivasa's, wife. At their wedding, King Akasha will gift a diamond-studded crown to Lord Srinivasa. That Lord will wear the crown on Friday evenings, and those who have his darshan while he is wearing that crown will experience a diminution of all their evil ways.
With this, not only did the Lord foretell of his marriage in this incarnation, but he also gave the king turned Pishacha the comfort of knowing that one day his curse would come to an end.
The Lord then gave darshan to his guru Brahaspati on Venkatachala.
And when he asked Guru Brahaspati to give him some medicine to ease the pain caused by the axe wound to his head, Guru Brahaspati reminded him of his Narasimha avatara, when juice of the Udumbara tree relieved the pain which was caused by his fingers coming into contact with the poisonous blood of the demon Hiranyakashipu, as Lord Narasimha had slayed that demon.
The Guru then showed Lord Srinivasa an Udumbara tree before seeking the Lord's permission to return home.
Listeners, this is where we left off last week. But before we move on to another chapter in the story, there are some very beautiful and inspiring details which, in the interest of time, were left out of the end of last week's episode. So today, before moving forward, let us look at those details. They're just a few, but more importantly, let us also look at what they teach us.
As he looked around on the hill, Lord Srinivasa imagined himself to be Lord Rama. He thought of the tree which gave shade to the anthill as Lord Rama's father, Dasharatha, and the anthill to be his mother, Kausalya. He also thought of the hill as Lakshmana.
Lord Srinivasa or Lord Venkateshwara recollected the sweet memories of his Rama avatara and felt that the entire area around him was Ayodhya.
Actually, Lord Venkateshwara wanted the place to change into Ayodhya, and guess what? It did.
The Lord then switched over to Krishna avatara. This time, he addressed the tamarind tree as his father, Vasudeva. And just before we go on, just to remind you, Lord Krishna's father was Vasudeva. As the son of Vasudeva, Lord Krishna was called Vasudeva. The son of Vasudeva was Vasudeva. But now, getting back to the story, you heard that Lord Srinivasa addressed the tamarind tree as Vasudeva. Well, he also thought of the anthill as Devaki Mata and Pushkarini, the river which flows there. Remember, you heard about this at the very start of the series when we were discussing where it is that Lord Varaha settled on earth. Well, Lord Srinivasa considered Pushkarini to be the Yamuna river.
Looking at the animals, he said that they were Yadavas.
And looking at some small birds, Lord Srinivasa told himself that he was Lord Krishna and all the birds were Gopikas.
Listeners, the Lord's thought processes here are a powerful indicator to us about how we too should be thinking during times of sorrow or hardship. When times are tough, we should recollect the good nature of kind people and also good friends.
During times of sorrow, we should not multiply our sorrow by being sorrowful or sad. That may not always seem easy, but we should make every attempt to recollect happy moments or some funny story told by Sadguru Deva.
or the mesmerizing smile of Sadgurudeva.
Definitely. Listeners, the mind will run amok if we do not hold on tightly to the reins. So instead of dropping those reins during times of sorrow, hold on tightly and steer the mind away from sorrow.
Instead of recollecting sorrows, direct the mind to recollect pleasant, happy moments.
When something traumatic or something very sad happens in our lives, it is quite normal to grieve, but we can choose how we grieve. We can either hold on to all the negative emotions, or we can spend time trying to bring our mind to focus on more positive things. Like you heard before, Sadgurudeva's stories, Sadgurudeva's smile, or even positive or fun memories we may have. And even when you do not feel like smiling, smile. The changes this can bring to your mood may be subtle and not immediately apparent to you, but they will help.
And as you have again and again heard on Datta Arpanam, when you need something to lift your spirits, you can depend on Divya Nama Sankirtanam. Not sure about this? Well, what better way to convince you than having you experience the joy of this highly uplifting sadhana? Please open the Bhajanmala app or website to Bhajan ID number 2215 and join the Hyderabad Jayalakshmi Kirtana Mandali as they sing this unique and beautiful bhajan composed by Ganapati Datta ji.
बोलो कौन पराशक्ति गाए हम सब मिलके तेरी महिमा की गाथा दुर्गी माता दुर्गी माता गाए हम सब तेरी कृपा से जो भी हमने चाहा काली माता गाए हम सब मिलके तेरी महिमा की गाथा दुर्गी माता गाए हम सब तेरी कृपा से जो भी हमने चाहा काली माता दुर्गी माता
Such a beautiful bhajan, sung by young children from Hyderabad and sung out of pure love for their Tataji, Sri Ganapati Satchidananda Swamiji. You were just listening to the Hyderabad Jayalakshmi Kirtana Mandali here on Datta Arpanam. Thank you for tuning in to today's offering, which is coming to you on 103.1 FM through the grace of Parama Pujya Datta Tataji, and thanks to the sponsorship by Ramlal Educational Institute, Debe Supermart Limited, Valini's Drug Mart Limited, and Kokie Supermart Limited.
Today, as the story of Srinivasa Kalyanam continues, we want to bring your mind back to an incident which was discussed at the start of this series. Remember, when Lord Varaha saved the earth from drowning, Lord Brahma asked that Lord to stay on earth and to protect its inhabitants.
To encourage Lord Varaha to stay on earth instead of returning to Vaikunta, Lord Brahma got approval from Lord Srinivasa to tell Varaha Swami that Lord Srinivasa was granting him a boon. Before anyone seeks the darshan of Lord Srinivasa or Lord Venkateshwara, they should first seek the darshan of Varaha Swami, or else Lord Venkateshwara will not be pleased.
So now, having recalled that story which was touched upon previously, let us look a bit more at the story of the agreement between Varaha Swami and Lord Srinivasa.
We already heard that the wound caused by the cowherd brought deep pain to the Lord. Unable to bear the pain, the Lord, as instructed by Guru Brahaspati, decided to search for herbs which could be used as medicine for the wound. He searched for a long time, but surprisingly, no herb was to be found.
One day, Lord Srinivasa was searching for the medicinal plants when suddenly the earth trembled and Lord Srinivasa heard heavy footsteps approaching him. It was still early in the morning, around dawn, and so, while Lord Srinivasa could see a huge being approaching him, he could not make out who or what it was. Who comes here this time? Wondered Lord Srinivasa. But then, as the being got closer, Lord Srinivasa recognized him as being Varaha Swami.
Varaha Swami had just killed the demon Vrishabhasura, and his anger and fierce temperament had not yet settled. He was still so angry that he walked with pounding steps, while his eyes appeared fiery.
Seeing this huge and ferocious form approaching him, Lord Srinivasa felt scared, even though he was an Avatara Purusha or Avatara of the Lord. Because he was born human, it was inevitable that he would experience at least some human emotions.
Listeners, here was one entity who was very frightening. At the same time, there was also a human form, and both were avatars of Lord Mahavishnu. Naturally, the human form got scared in the presence of the mighty and enraged Varaha Swami.
Not only did the human form of Lord Srinivasa notice the gigantic form of Varaha Swami, but Varaha Swami also noticed Lord Srinivasa. He questioned Lord Srinivasa, asking who gave him permission to enter his forest and uproot all his plants and trees. "I feel you are responsible for this. Are you?" roared Varaha Swami, who was unable to control his resounding voice.
The entire region trembled, not just because of Varaha Swami's footsteps, but also because of his booming voice.
Lord Srinivasa, who was already in pain, felt even more afraid now and ran away to hide in the broken-down anthill.
And listeners, when we come across scenes like this in our Hindu scriptures, as Datta Tataji or Puja Dattaji has taught, they should be interpreted as divine play. We must not question the Lord or try to find logic in these stories. For example, do not start asking yourself, well, if Varaha Swami is Mahavishnu and Lord Srinivasa is Mahavishnu, how can Srinivasa be afraid of Varaha? How can Lord Vishnu be afraid of Lord Vishnu?
Questions like these should not be entertained when we are looking at the Lord's divine play. Lord Srinivasa had assumed the form of a human, and so, plain and simple, he was bound by human nature. Just like in Ramavatara, when Lord Rama and Parashurama faced each other, so too here Lord Srinivasa and Varaha Swami faced each other.
Seeing and hearing the angry Varaha Swami, the petrified Lord Srinivasa disappeared before Varaha Swami could catch him. When Varaha Swami followed Lord Srinivasa and reached where the Lord had run off to, all he could see was a radiant anthill. He wondered why it was glowing so brilliantly. That was when he realized that Lord Srinivasa was none other than Lord Sri Hari.
Varaha Swami surrendered to Lord Sri Hari in the form of Lord Srinivasa and asked him to come out of the broken anthill. "You are verily Mahavishnu," said Varaha Swami.
Being in the presence of that glowing anthill and realizing who was the occupant of that anthill, Lord Varaha's energy shifted. Up until that point, he was the ferocious Varaha Swami who was angry at that person who was destroying the forest. But now, he was the one who felt afraid of Lord Srinivasa. Varaha Swami cooled down and began singing the praises of Lord Srinivasa.
Varaha Swami asked Lord Srinivasa in the broken anthill why he felt afraid seeing him. When Lord Srinivasa was, in fact, the Lord of the entire world, why was he afraid?
This entire world belongs to Mahavishnu. You are being worshipped by the entire earth, said Lord Varaha, who then begged Lord Srinivasa to come out of the anthill and bless him with his darshanam.
This endearing act melted the heart of Lord Srinivasa, who then stepped out of the anthill.
Listeners, you just heard that Lord Srinivasa's heart was deeply touched when Varaha Swami praised him and begged for his darshanam. Inspired by this very moving story, let us also praise that Lord. Let our love and devotion pour into the words of this next bhajan as we join Pujya Sri Dattaji in this musical offering. Please open the Bhajan Mala app or website to bhajan ID number 1969 and join in singing this divine composition of Datta Tataji's.
Sri Krishna Keshava Vaikuntha Madhava Narasimha Achyuta Narayana. Sri Krishna Keshava Vaikuntha Madhava Narasimha Achyuta Narayana. Narayana, Narasimha Achyuta Narayana. Sri Krishna Keshava Vaikuntha Madhava Narasimha Achyuta Narayana. Sri Krishna Keshava Vaikuntha Madhava Narasimha Achyuta Narayana. Govinda Bala, Gopala Bala, Govinda Bala, Gopala Bala, Narasimha Achyuta Narayana, Narasimha Achyuta Narayana. Sri Krishna Keshava Vaikuntha Madhava Narasimha Achyuta Narayana. Sri Krishna Keshava Vaikuntha Madhava Narasimha Achyuta Narayana. Devaki Nanda Vasudeva Bala, Devaki Nanda Vasudeva Bala, Narasimha Achyuta Narayana, Narasimha Achyuta Narayana. Sri Krishna Keshava Vaikuntha Madhava Narasimha Achyuta Narayana. Sri Krishna Keshava Vaikuntha Madhava Narasimha Achyuta Narayana. Anathapala Aravinda Nayana, Anathapala Aravinda Nayana, Narasimha Achyuta Narayana, Narasimha Achyuta Narayana. Sri Krishna Keshava Vaikuntha Madhava Narasimha Achyuta Narayana.
A beautiful bhajan worshipping the beautiful Lord and rendered by the beautiful Ganapati Satchidananda Dattaji during this beautiful Sandhya hour here on Datta Arpanam. Thank you for tuning in to this morning's program, which is coming to you on 103.1 FM through the grace of Parama Pujya Sri Dattaji, and thanks to the sponsorship by Ramlal Educational Institute, Deve Supermart Limited, Valini's Drug Mart Limited, and Kokie Supermart Limited. Today you have been hearing about the auspicious meeting between Lord Srinivasa and Varaha Swami. You heard that when Lord Varaha realized that Lord Srinivasa was Lord Srihari, he praised that Lord as Mahavishnu.
When Lord Srinivasa, pleased by the words and change of tone from Varaha Swami, emerged from the anthill, Varaha Swami hugged Lord Srinivasa, and Lord Srinivasa reciprocated that affection.
Listeners, can you imagine this scene? A giant boar lovingly hugging a human being, and that human being lovingly hugging that boar. That is what that scene would have looked like to the naked eye. But to the spiritual eye, that scene must have been like light merging with light, divinity merging with divinity. It is no wonder that when the gods above saw these two forms embracing, they showered flowers upon them. They felt blessed to have witnessed seeing the forms of Varaha Swami and Lord Srinivasa at the same time.
Varaha Swami then asked about the reason why Lord Srinivasa had come down to earth.
In response to this, Lord Srinivasa explained that the great sage Bhrigu had kicked him, and feeling insulted by this, Goddess Lakshmi had left Vaikuntha in anger.
Lord Srinivasa narrated the story of how he came searching for Goddess Lakshmi and a cowherd struck him. Because of that, said Lord Srinivasa, I have been going around looking for medicinal herbs.
But, continued Lord Srinivasa, the more I see this place, Venkatadri or Venkatachala, the more I want to stay here. There is some kind of unique serenity here. In fact, I want to stay here. This is a very special place. Whoever comes here, their sins get dispelled.
This Venkatachala is famous in all the three worlds, continued Lord Srinivasa. It is greater than Vaikuntha. It is dearer to me than Vaikuntha is. I will stay here until the end of Kali Yuga.
Listeners, as you heard earlier in this series, this Venkatadri hill is in Tirupati in India, the Tirupati Hills. And here you just heard that the Lord Himself has said that He will stay here until the end of Kali Yuga. How blessed we are! Not only has Lord Srinivasa vowed to stay on earth until the end of Kali Yuga, but we also have the incarnation of the aspect of Lord Dattatreya, Ganapati Dattaji or Datta Tataji on this earth during our time here. Kali Yuga may have its challenges, but having these two incarnations on earth while we are here is a huge blessing.
Puja Dattaji has said that Lord Venkateshwara is the Lord of Kali Yuga, and so we must all worship him. So everyone, let us do that right now. Please open the Bhajanmala app or website to Bhajan ID number 2080 and join in worship.
వెంకటాచలనాథ
వెంకటాచలనాథ
వెంకటేశ్వర నామ
వెంకటేశ్వర నామ
శ్రీహిరణ్య విమాన
శ్రీహిరణ్య విమాన
సప్తశైల విభాన
సప్తశైల విమాన
వెంకటాచలనాథ
వెంకటాచలనాథ
వెంకటేశ్వర నామ
వెంకటేశ్వర నామ
శ్రీహిరణ్య విమాన
శ్రీహిరణ్య విమాన
సప్తశైల విభాన
సప్తశైల విమాన
స్వామి పుష్కరిణీత
స్వామి పుష్కరిణీత
పద్మజా పరిణీత
పద్మజా పరిణీత
సురగోపా వెంకటాచలనాథ వెంకటేశ్వర నామా శ్రీహిరణ్య విమాన సప్తశైల విమాన వెంకటాచలనాథ ఊర్ధ్వపుండ్రపటీరా శంఖచక్రసుభూష శ్రీపతే నరసింహ పాకి పాకి విభోమా వెంకటాచలనాథ వెంకటేశ్వర నామా శ్రీహిరణ్య విమాన సప్తశైల విమాన వెంకటాచలనాథ సాధు సజ్జన పాలా సచ్చిదానందాబా సాధు సజ్జన పాలా సచ్చిదానందాబా వెంకటాచలనాథ వెంకటేశ్వర నామా శ్రీహిరణ్య విమాన సప్తశైల విమాన వెంకటాచలనాథ వెంకటేశ్వర నామా శ్రీహిరణ్య విమాన సప్తశైల విమాన వెంకటాచలనాథ వెంకటాచలనాథ
Venkatachalanatha, or the Lord of Venkatachalam, Lord Srinivasa, who was worshipped in that bhajan, after expressing his fondness for Venkatachalam and praising Lord Varaha as the one who had saved the earth, asked Lord Varaha to give him some land on earth so that he could witness everything that happens in Kali Yuga and protect his devotees.
Lord Varaha's response to that request may surprise you. What was that response? Well, continue to tune in to these Sunday morning episodes of Datta Arpanam to find out. For now, though, we must begin to wrap up today's hour of contemplation and worship.
Pranams and gratitude are offered at the divine feet of beloved Sadgurudeva, Paramapujya Sri Ganapati Satchidananda Datta Ji and Sri Datta Vijayananda Tirtha Swamiji, without whose teachings, compassion, love, guidance, and music, this program would not exist.
Pranams to you, Puja Sri Datta Ji and Sri Swamiji. kindly forgive any errors which may have been committed in preparing or in sharing today's episode of Datta Arpanam, and please guide us to avoid such errors in the future.
Special thanks are extended to the staff at 103.1 FM and to the sponsors of Datta Arpanam: Valini's Drug Mart Limited, Ramlal Educational Institute, Debe Supermart Limited, and Kokie Supermart Limited. And of course, dear listener, an extra special thank you is extended to you for sharing this devotional hour with us.
If you would like to listen to today's program again, check out the Datta Arpanam Facebook page, where later this week the YouTube link for today's episode will be shared.
Once again, everyone, thank you for tuning in today. You are invited to please tune in to 103.1 FM again next Sunday at 6 a.m. Atlantic Standard Time for another episode of Datta Arpanam, a showcase of the life, music and teachings of His Holiness Parama Pujya Sri Ganapati Satchidananda Swamiji.
Jai Guru Datta.
Shri Guru Datta. Harihi Om Tat Sat.
प्रभुपद सेवा निरतमती
प्रभुपद सेवा
निरतमती स्वामी मारुति स्वामी मारुति प्रभुपद सेवा निरतमती
प्रभुपद सेवा निरतमति स्वामी मारुति स्वामी मारुति
रोम रोम तेरा राम राम कहे
राम 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 राम
रोम रोम तेरा राम राम कहे
रोम रोम तेरा राम राम कहे राम सारथी
श्री राम सारथी रोम रोम तेरा राम राम कहे
रोम रोम तेरा राम राम कहे
राम सारथी राम सारथी प्रभुपद सेवा निरतमती
प्रभुपद सेवा निरतमति स्वामी मारुति स्वामी मारुति
नवविध भक्ति सिमटी मूरत
नवविध भक्ति
सिमटी मूरत
ज्ञानी महाबली ज्ञानी महाबली
नवविध भक्ति सिमटी मूरत
नवविध भक्ति
सिमटी मूरत
ज्ञानी महाबली ज्ञानी महाबली
शिव के अंशज हे कपीश तुम
शिव के अंशज हे कपीश तुम नवयुग ब्रह्माणी नवयुग ब्रह्माणी
शिव के अंशज हे कपीश तुम
शिव के अंशज हे कपीश तुम नवयुग ब्रह्माणी नवयुग ब्रह्माणी
प्रभुपद सेवा निरतमती
स्वामी मारुति प्रभुपद सेवा निरतमति स्वामी मारुति रोम रोम तेरा राम राम कहे राम सारथी रोम रोम तेरा राम राम कहे राम सारथी
मन बुद्धि को सही राग दो
मन बुद्धि को
सही राग दो
नाद ब्रह्म स्वामी
मन बुद्धि को सही राह दो,
मन बुद्धि को
सही राह दो।
ज्ञान ब्रह्म स्वामी, ज्ञान ब्रह्म स्वामी।
सीताराम मिलन वारधि,
सीताराम मिलन वारधि, प्राण संजीवनी, प्राण संजीवनी।
सीताराम मिलन वारधि,
सीताराम मिलन वारधि, प्राण संजीवनी, प्राण संजीवनी।
प्रभु पद सेवा निरतमति,
स्वामी मारुति, प्रभु पद सेवा निरतमति,
स्वामी मारुति।
रोम रोम तेरा राम राम कहे राम सारथी, रोम रोम तेरा राम राम कहे राम सारथी।
अष्ट सिद्धिवर योग वृद्धि कर,
अष्ट सिद्धिवर योग वृद्धि कर, कार्य सिद्धि स्वामी, कार्य सिद्धि स्वामी।
अष्ट सिद्धिवर योग वृद्धि कर,
अष्ट सिद्धिवर योग वृद्धि कर, कार्य सिद्धि स्वामी, कार्य सिद्धि स्वामी।
सुपथ शिखर पर ले चल हमको,
पथ शिखर पर ले चल हमको, सच्चिदानंदादि, सच्चिदानंदादि।
सुपथ शिखर पर ले चल हमको,
पथ शिखर पर ले चल हमको, सच्चिदानंदादि, सच्चिदानंदादि, सच्चिदानंदादि। स्वामी सच्चिदानंदादि, सच्चिदानंदादि, स्वामी सच्चिदानंदादि, सच्चिदानंदादि, स्वामी सच्चिदानंदादि, सच्चिदानंदादि, स्वामी सच्चिदानंदादि। प्रभु पद सेवा निरतमति, स्वामी मारुति, प्रभु पद सेवा निरतमति, स्वामी मारुति। रोम रोम तेरा राम राम कहे राम सारथी, रोम रोम तेरा राम राम कहे राम सारथी। श्री राम सारथी, 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 श्री राम सारथी।
ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम तत्सत।